Hello everyone, welcome to this lesson. Today we're going to be talking about domain and range, as well as reviewing function notation for a good portion of this time. This video has the potential to go longer than most other ones because it's going to be a bit more interactive. It's going to have a part for you to do while I'm going through these, so that way you'll be able to get more checking practice. Instead of just copying down all of my examples, you'll be able to do them with me as I go through them. Last class we learned about function notation and the different pieces of a graph. Today we're going to continue using function notation, starting off with a bit of review. Please write down these practice problems and follow along with me as I go through them. Pause the video whenever I ask you to, so that way you have your own time to think. Ooh, this picture's a little squished. Well, you're going to be graphing these on your own paper and then label it. When you're graphing, make your Y and your X. Make sure you put an arrow at the end of these lines. If you do not put an arrow at the end of your axis, that means your axis is ending. We're graphing 0 and 4. 0 is the X, 4 is the Y. The right number is the Y, the left number is the X. The X-axis is left to right. So 0, 4, that's going to be 0 to the left, 0 to the right, but 4 up. That's going to be point B. 6, 0, you need to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 0 up. Make sure you're putting these tick marks on your own graph. That was point C to the right. -4, -4, so that's 4 to the left and 4 down. This is going to be point D. Try these next 4 on your own, and then I'll show you the answers in a moment. So pause the video, and I'll show you the answers in about 5 seconds. Alright, so we have A to the right, 4, down 1. We have B, 0 to the right, but up 6. We have C, 5 to the left, up 0. We have D, 3 to the right, and down 2. Alright, in this example, all I need you to do is to write these in your notebook, and then label it as a function or not a function. Here's the X, Y, X, Y. Do any of the X's repeat? This number 3 repeats and has different outputs. These are not the same. One of them is a 1, the other Y is a 6. So the Y's are not the same, not a function. Write these ones down. This is example. Write it in your notebook and label it as function or not a function. Does the X repeat? No, it doesn't, so this is a function. Write this one down, and then label it as function or not a function. Pause the video. There's the answer. It's not a function because the 1 repeats, but it does not have the same Y for the answer. If they both had 5s, then it'd be fine. If they both were paired with a number 3, then they would be fine, but since they have different Y's, they are not a function. Here's an example with a table. Remember, for the table, the easiest way is you draw a T, put your X and your Y, and then you write the numbers just -1 with -1, 0, 2, 1, 5, 2, 8, 3, 11. This is a function. Here's a sideways table. So you make a sideways T, X, Y. -2, 8, -1, 4, 1, 6, -2, 5. Oh, I was tricked. -2 went with 8, and -2 went with 5. That is not a function. we have these eggs, aka mapping diagrams. One egg has the x's, one egg has the y's. We can see that the number -1 has two separate y's. It's paired with both 3 and 4. So x repeated, and so it's not a function. Draw your eggs, write your numbers, draw the lines. Now that you're done drawing, this is a function, so label it as one. Here's an easy graph. Label your x and your y. It's okay if you don't have a scale on this one, but simply draw a curve similar to that. It's like a backwards S. Do any of these x's repeat? For -1, we have an answer here. We have an answer here. By answer, I mean we have an x and a y. X's and y's are solutions. If an x every ordered pair is a solution, but to be a function, you can only have one solution for each x value. If one of the x's has 2 or more y's paired with it, this one has 3 different. That particular x has 3 different y's associated with it, so it's not a function. Draw your graph, label the x and the y, put one dot. I'll let you skip some of these spaces. So this dot is going to be at -0.5, 4. This next one is going to be at -2, 1. -3, 4, 1, 1, 2, 4. None of the x's have 2 answers for it. None of them have 2 y's, so this is a function.